I get the gamesmanship on both sides here, right? Both sides want to control the narrative. But my question is this. If Hunter Biden's testimony is so pivotal, why not let it happen out in the open? Because the other option is he comes in behind closed doors and invokes his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. After all, he's facing numerous federal charges. Or they could also just get a protracted fight in the courts, making the same argument that Kevin McCarthy and Jim Jordan made, that the committee actions are simply a partisan exercise with no valid legislative purpose. At the least, that would delay the process a lot. And there is something rich about the fact that Chairman Comer has made more than 200 appearances on Fox News this year alone. The vast majority, in some way or another, publicly bashing Hunter Biden. Look, again, Hunter Biden engaged in shady businesses. We know this. He's currently facing criminal charges for lying on a gun application form and likely for failure to pay taxes. So if he's willing to testify substantively and not invoke the Fifth, but only in public, then I would think the Republican leadership would take that as a win. Joining me now is Representative Tim Burchett, Republican congressman from Tennessee. He is a member of the House Oversight Committee. Thanks so much for coming on the program. Appreciate it. All right, what am I missing here?
Oh, you're not missing much. This is really the history of these things. The lawyers get involved, and the fight ends up being more about the lawyers than actual the content. And you know, this had the same. This is following the same pattern as Steve Bannon. Remember, he followed the same pattern as Hunter Biden in the fact that he asked for he thought it would be a open door meeting. And then when he was told it was closed door, he said he wasn't going to do it. And then he was held in contempt by Congress, and and there you are. And it's the same type of deal. But honestly, I'm not really worried about either way of how they do it. I understand they do this in secret because this is dealing with a lot of bank records, and you'll have numbers, Social Security numbers, things like that, bank tracking numbers and things like that probably don't need to be out in the public. So I don't really have a problem either way. I'm an open door kind of guy. I believe in transparency in everything and in government, because that is one of the main reasons people don't trust us, and for good reason, because we do everything behind doors. And when we say trust us, and then you don't, and it's for a good dadgum reason not to trust us. I see your point. I probably am going to draw the ire of my colleagues, which is nothing new, but they don't live in Tennessee's 2nd Congressional District, and I do. So I'm falling on the side of, let him come. I don't care if he wants to, if he wants to sit in a bathtub and do it. I don't care. Just get his dadgum butt before the committee, and let's ask him some tough questions.
Yeah. So to be clear, if he says it's either public, or either I'm going to invoke the Fifth, or I'm going to fight it, I'm not going to come, your answer would be, let's just take it? Let's take the public hearing?
I think so. I think we get caught too much minutia, and the public's going to lose interest in this thing, and we really lose our moral high ground as far as this thing goes. I mean, you're talking, what, $30 million? Just the recent announcement today that we found out about more money coming from the Chinese communists, a $5 million business deal with Hunter. Who knows what for? The money flows through his uncle, Joe's brother. That money then there's a loan repayment at some point to Joe Biden, follows the same track as all these others do, and it's just more of the same. I keep saying the same thing though, brother. It's the old deal about, did they pay any dadgum taxes on this stuff? Yeah. You and I make a sale, we get a call from the IRS. The Bidens are into millions. We're at 24+ million, and I it's going to go farther, because every time they turn a rock over, something crawls out from under another 10 or 15 million dollars. So I suspect we're going to find more. But at some point, you got to ask yourself, is the Justice Department going to do anything with all this? And I submit to you, they're probably not, because I think they are compromised in this whole deal.
Well, they're already prosecuting Hunter Biden, though. I mean, the bottom line is that Hunter Biden's already facing one charge. They're continuing to investigate him in other charges. And this is, as you know,
the tax evasion, though.
The what?
Well, not on the tax evasion. I mean, like I said, you have $24 million. You have dozens of shell corporations. Yeah. You have all this other stuff, and it's very apparent what's going on. I mean, like I've said many times, at money laundering school, I think the Biden family fell asleep, because if Tim Burchett can find this money through these accounts, then sure as the world, the Justice Department can have a leg up on it.
Well, you say the Justice Department is compromised, but as you know, the person who's overseeing this investigation was a holdover from the Trump administration. He is a lifelong Republican. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.